guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Changeling Tale, Marion's Path. So, the last place we left off, we had just broken the news about Marion's changes to Gran, and well, the girls and Malcolm agree that maybe Marion should go out in public again. It may help her feel better. So, they go to the one place where everyone is always nice and caring and very accepting of others who are different. Church! Oh god, this is probably going to be very bad. Okay, but anyway guys, please sit back and enjoy me entertaining you for the next 20 minutes. And if you haven't checked out my new videos today on Far Beyond the World and Hooked on You, I'm sure you'll enjoy them all. Anyway guys, please sit back and enjoy. Let me entertain you for the next 20 minutes and let's jump right in. Alarm saying you're up, and let's go. Okay. Alright. Unfortunately, her new silk kerchief is a bit too loose, and comes untied all too easily. I try every military knot I can think of, and Grace offers a hat pin, but the fabric won't hold. Oh dear. Finally, the sermon concludes, and I decide to check Hazel's pack for a safety pin. We stand to leave. Is that a costume, Miss Marion? You know, you're a few months early for the heifer parade, darling. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh! The booming voice startles Marion, and she nearly jumps over the moon. She quickly tucks her ears back under the kerchief, but the cover is already blown. Luckily, Gran intervenes.
Aye, Mr. Buchan. We didn't have time to get her out before leaving so early this morning. Don't let on to the others, you hear? Miss Marion is aiming for Heifer Queen and don't want a soul to outshine her.
That's an impossible task, Mrs. Campbell. There's no one more lovely than Miss Marion.
It's like I'm not standing here at all.
Vulgar blushes. Congratulations, Grace. I reckon it's a mighty feat to embarrass Mr. Buchan. I assure you, you're pure beauty, Miss Grace. 'Tis been a long time since I've seen you. Hardly a peep since Jessie hitched her wagon to the big city.
I'm happy to stop in for a pint right now. How's about it, everyone? A post-sermon tipple?
Gran's face drops.
Grace! Sounds good to me.
Me too.
Well, I certainly couldn't. The whist club is gathering at Robina's house, and Maggie Tite insisted I join. Grace, I'll be needing someone to stay with me. I'm not sure I'll be able to see all the card suits, and I don't want Maggie cheating off my hand.
Grace turns red with shock and disappointment.
But... no buts. It's time for a few rounds of whist and gossip.
Gran lowers her voice, but we can still hear her just fine.
These two need some time alone, don't you think?
Grace scowls.
No, I don't. I think it's totally unbefitting conduct to allow them to go to a pub unchaperoned. I really ought to watch over them. Hush now, Grace. You can play as a team with Gemma Tite. She makes the finest homemade currant cordial in the Highlands. Spices it up with rum her mother stockpiled before the war. Come on, we can't be late.
I mean, you're gonna get some drink anyway, so... Gran yanks Grace's arm and the two take off. Grace's demeanor has instantly improved. She smiles and shouts over her shoulder.
Meet us back here in 2 hours. Mind we might be blutered. Don't listen to her. We shall most certainly be blutered.
Speaking of, I must be getting back to the pub. He turns and waves to Marion and me. Hope to see you both over there. I've been listening to that song, Voices in My Head, by Falling in Reverse. It's so good. Alright. Marion waits until Grace, Gran, and Bulgaria have strolled far enough down the road before taking me by the wrist and pulling me behind the church. She looks to and fro before wrapping her arms around my neck and tugging me closer. Here?
Yes!
I take the lead and plant a firm kiss on her warm, waiting lips. My body shivers from head to toe. As she parts, her arms fall to my waist. I slide my hand down, stopping to rub her lower back. I could hold you here forever.
I wish we could stop time. Walk around without my silly disguise, just you and me.
That sounds lovely.
Maybe one day, just once.
Maybe. I hope so.
In the meantime, is it time for a pint?
Marion McLeod, are you asking me out for a drink in the middle of the day, right after lunch?
Well, it's fine if you'd rather just go see the cheesemonger or Milner. Murdoch probably has a new stock of bicockets. Should you need a feather in your cap. Oh!
Instead of responding, I take Marion by the hand and we run from the church to the Stag Nanny. Outside the door, we catch our breath. I thought it best to get you here before you change your mind.
Are you saying I'm fickle?
I'm saying you're a hard worker, with little time for frivolities.
This lady you're talking about sounds like a real wet blanket. Oh, why did it take getting horns on a tail for me to finally decide to take a day off?
I'm stunned into silence.
Oh, what a thing to say. I meant it as a good thing, honest. Let's go in before I start saying crazier things.
Do we know for sure if the beer won't lead to more impropriety?
I thought that was the idea.
Oh boy, I wonder what these two are going to get up to. Ah. Ahoy! Grab a seat! I'll have your pints up! As my eyes adjust to the low light, I see Bulgaria is all smiles. It seems my Jake's behavior on the day of the picnic is water under the bridge. I'm thankful. I just as well not have to explain to Marion my daytime drunken shenanigans with another girl. We take a seat and Bulgaria drops 2 dripping glasses in front of us. 2 pints fit for a king and his consort, eh, Miss Future Heifer Queen? Not one sip in and Marion seems giddy. In fact, she seems giddy all day.
Thank you, Bulgaria. I hope your vote will go into my ballot box come parade day.
I can't think of any other place I'd like to stick my ballot. All right, Bulgaria, thanks for the drinks. Half a pint later, Marion is positively tipsy. She can't hold her drink like she used to. Seems like the changes are affecting more than her outward appearance. She leans in conspiratorially.
You know, I almost accused you of giving me a cursed pendant. How silly am I?
Did I? If she treasures this token of our relationship as much as Grace says she does, I would hate to give her any misgivings about it. I put my own suspicions aside and reassure her. I don't think it's cursed, Marion, just fortuitous.
Always so positive.
Just trying to be practical. You know I have a good role model. She places her hand on mine and looks morose for a moment.
I'll try to stay positive, too. I'm happy and healthy. I'll manage.
We'll manage.
Still we?
Always. Marion picks up her glass and downs the remaining liquid in one swallow. You might want to slow down, Marion. We've still got time to kill.
I'm on vacation, Malcolm, for 1 whole day.
Marion skips up to the bar and summons Bulgaria, who obliges her request for more beer. Oh! Uh-oh! As she leans over the bar, her tail whips, lifting her skirt higher than before. My heartbeat accelerates, just a little further, perhaps. Oh, crivens, Malcolm, get a grip, I call to her. Marion? I make frantic motions. After a moment's confusion, my sign language registers and she turns to cover herself.
Oh, I didn't even notice. The thing has a mind of its own, it seems.
She heads back to the bar to collect her drink. I can't help but think she actually has full control over that tail. Oh, whoa! Oh my. As soon as I think that, though, she's on the ground, crouching. Her tail lifts her skirt again, exposing everything. Marion!
I dropped my kerchief, Malcolm.
She's fumbling on the floor and I rush over to help her. Oh. Her tail flies up again and whacks the noggin of some burly codger at the bar. He jumped up from his seat to accuse his companion of assault. I hear shouts and commotion as Marion finally finds her treasured kerchief and we tie it tightly around her head. Oh my goodness. The old man throws a punch at his friend, but it seems his vision is lacking and the swing is easily dodged. Lots of grumbling ensues and Bulgaria shouts to the pair. Boys, it's the Lord's Day! No fights until you pay a 4th round! Bulgaria places a hand on each of the men's shoulders and shoves both of them back onto their stools. Maybe it's best to duck out, Marion.
I'd say so.
As we're walking to the door, Bulgaria intercepts us. You two have broken up a lot of fights in this here pub, but I've never one started by a wee lass. Now, hightail it out of here. Hightail it, huh? A post-sermon tipple. We exit, giddy from nervous laughter. Marion's eyes are bright and alive. We amble back to the church, taking the long route along the water. I take her hand in mine again, this time noticing the tips of her fingernails have become chipped and grey. Now isn't the time to worry. It's time to enjoy the sun, which has finally made its appearance from behind the clouds. A rainbow arches over the loch. I point up. You think that's for us?
I do.
She clings closer to my arm and sighs.
I hope we can spend every day together. I mean, someday, maybe, if you want to.
Her timidity melts my heart. There's nothing I'd like more. What do you say to another picnic this week, after we've sorted the sheep into the new ranges?
Why, wait. If I'm taking the day off, I think you should too. You deserve it.
I do.
Absolutely. And all that drink worked up a mighty hunger in me. I'm at your disposal, Captain.
She's still tipsy, I can tell, but she also makes it hard to say no. Spending the whole day with Marion and with no chores to distract us, I can't think of anything I'd rather do. The sheep have lived off the harsh Torridian slopes for centuries. They can manage another day without us. I accept Marion's proposal as well as the incidental promotion. Well then, let me gather up some scones and cheeses from the house when I get back. Gran made fresh gingerbread that we could share.
Yes, of course. That sounds lovely.
Under the alders again?
Yes, let's.
We collect Gran and Grace back near the church, while Marion and I have spent the last while drying out. My grandmother and her new whist chum are quite plainly pie-eyed.
Malcolm! I won 12 pence in the pocket watch over Bina's husband waistcoat. The old galoot never saw me coming. 3 tricks in and we had him suckered.
Gran slurs her words and drops a shiny new pocket watch into my palm. While I know at heart I should be discomfited by her actions, I'm relieved to see her so chipper. Grace, meanwhile, nearly topples into my Gran's arms.
It's true. We're a right mighty fine team, Agnes and me. And the cordial? Best.
She stops to hiccup.
Best I've ever tasted.
Oh my goodness. Oh Lord. Marion and I managed to wrangle our Clockeyed Companions and get them both atop the horses. We're halfway back to our respective homes when we start hearing snores.
I'll get mine washed up and put to sleep. How about yours?
Same here. Meet you at the alders, Marion.
I'll bring sweets.
I'll bring savories.
See you soon.
Oh, such a wonderful couple.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Love this music. Oh, must be, guys. Sorry about that. Out under the hilltop grove, Marion stands laying out throws of her own. Watching her toss out the large cotton quilt, it's as if I'm seeing my future. I could stand there and watch her lay out each blanket as if this were our home. She is patient, endearing, and hope-filled, a delightful and impressive combination for a girl who has fought so bravely to maintain her personal home front. As I approach, I have a vision of waking up to that smile, that heart, that body, day in and out. Day in and day out, nothing has ever filled me with such an immediate sense of relief and excitement.
Hello.
Marion waves after she sets down the last quilt. Love her. I can't help myself. I drop my basket and run to her, picking her up by the waist and spinning her wildly until she begins kissing me so passionately that I can't keep my legs from buckling. Oh my. Oh, hello there! We fall into the pile of quilts, her on top of me. Her legs straddle my hips, and I hope I can keep myself in proper form. You my. Oh, whoa. She bends down to kiss me once more, and my hand naturally goes to her head, knocking off her kerchief. When we break apart, her horns are the first thing I notice. She notices that I notice.
They don't bother you?
No, they don't. Everything about you is perfect, Marion. She feels free enough to keep the kerchief free, and has me tugging playfully on her new ears. They feel like the softest lamb's wool. In between kisses and embraces, we just gaze at each other, ignoring the heat of the sunshine and the sounds of birds chirping.
Yes, Malcolm?
I clasp the nape of her neck, letting my thumb caress her soft ears again. I pull her close to me and watch her beautiful gold eyes begin to close. Our lips touch, and my chest pounds from euphoria. My stomach growls, but I can't possibly think about food right now. She feels like heaven, as always. Her lips are so welcoming. I brush the hair from her forehead as we continue to kiss more intensely. One hand travels down her back, stopping to lightly stroke her tail.
Malcolm, I don't understand how you can be so gentle, so pure, so caring, so completely accepting.
I want to build a relationship, a bond built on a solid stone foundation when we build together.
After all you've been through, you shouldn't have to.
She closes her eyes tightly and falls onto my chest. When she speaks again, it is with her face turned from me.
You shouldn't have to look at me like this.
My heart drops. The burden she carries is unfair, but not insurmountable. I tell her as much. Look at me, please, Marion. We lock eyes, and I make sure I am clear when I finally admit how I feel towards her. I love you, Marion. You. Not just your face, your body, your brain, your heart, but all of those things. Every single thing about you that I can't even name. The way you treat me, others too. The time to give yourself beyond what is needed. I love you, all of you, Marion. I love her, with 3 simple words in one profound moment. Every worry that's been weighing on my soul since I returned home seems to evaporate. Marion starts crying.
You love me?
I do. I love you. Quietly, cautiously but determined, Marion speaks up.
Malcolm, I love you too.
I keep my hand behind her head as we kiss. This time as new people, people in love with each other. Oh, Oh God, so many good pictures. Roll over till I rest on top of her soft and warm body. We kiss again, and my hand trails down her arm to the tidy bow right below her chest. I roll my fingers through the loops and hear her giggles.
Malcolm, what's those wandering hands?
Oh, I am. I'm watching you watch them. I tease apart the bow until the ribbon falls open. I follow suit with her tiny silk bow dangling from the lace lining the bust of her dress. And then I realize that the bows are nothing but decoration. Marion can't stop laughing, and it fills me with both joy and arousal.
The bow's to nowhere.
I see that. She winks.
The clasps are in the back.
She takes my hand and guides me to the hooks and closures behind her dress. Are you sure? I'm not entirely sure what's happening, except I am, and I'm shocked.
Yes, quite.
Oh my. My fingertips unhook several loops and buttons behind her, and her dress starts to billow off her from the front. It's loose, and her breasts rise and fall as her breathing gets quicker. Oh my. Oh my. I myself am also nearly gasping for air, first from the physical contact, then from something very different. Uh-oh. Marion's face changes from happiness to panic as she sees my look of concern. Her eyes get huge as I blink faster and faster, trying to unsee the changes before me. Marion's transformations start once more, much faster and more pronounced than any time I've seen them. It's your face, Marion!
What? What about it? Malcolm, you're scaring me!
I pull out the pocket watch Gran had won earlier, and hold the shiny metal up to her mouth. In it she can see her reflection, and she lets out a noise I can only describe as a bray.
No! It can't be!
What's this one called? Something under the trees? What is it called? Tryst under the trees. Are you okay? Does it hurt?
It tingles. Malcolm, make it stop. It has to stop.
Ah! Instead, her face contorts further. Her lips, bright and swollen from our kisses, pucker out and extend horizontally. Oh my goodness. Her nostrils flare open and stay that way. They huff a bit, taking in more air than normal. Small, clear whiskers break through the skin around her nose.
Ow! It stings! What do I do?
Your cheeks! Oh God. Marion's ruddy complexion darkens to a pale brown, like that of fresh tanned hide. I touched her face and the fur develops as I drag my thumbs down the side of her neck.
Stop! It's getting worse!
Oh Lord. Oh my. Marion shoves the pocket watch away from her view, and me off of her body. She stands and clutches her own arms. As she rubs her shoulders, her dress slips forward, nearly coming off. She fumbles, holding it up as her fingers curl under, the tips becoming hard and gray.
My hands! Oh no, I have to get out of here!
Don't leave, please! I want to make sure you're safe.
I'm not safe or all right.
She pulls up her dress and hooks the top closed, looking down once again at her pinched, graying hands and spreading fur.
I have fur, Malcolm, like an animal, and a muzzle.
Oh no.
What will you do? What will I do? What will we do?
I stare at her, my mouth agape, aware that the only thing I'm sure of is our uncertainty. I have no words to calm Marion, or to reassure her. It'd be of no use anyway. Gone is the bliss only recently shared by our mutual declarations of love. There under the elder trees, distress overtakes us both. I answer her with fervent honesty. I don't know, Marion. I don't know. Oh. Poor Marion. She's a cowgirl now. At least she's turning into one. Damn, those changes came about quick. Seems that being horny seems to accelerate that.
Confusion and fear were palpable that day, but how often do we get to choose the challenges we shall face, the changes that come our way? Instead, we choose our responses. I made my choices, some good, some bad, all mine. With those decisions came consequences I could never foresee, and most times made me feel like I was just trapped in my own world.
Ooh. Chapter 3, Greener Pastures. Oh, Lord. All right. Uh-oh. What do we got? Oh, don't cry.
Malcolm, I'm one of them.
Marion cries in near hysterics, her mind on the herd in the field. I wrap her in my arms and she melts into my chest, sobbing. You're not, Marion. You're absolutely not. We'll fix this. We'll figure it out. Marion pushes me back, tears streaming down her muzzle. Did I really just think muzzle? What is going on? It's then that I can see that she has every right to be hysterical. This illness, curse, whatever it is, it's uncalled for and unfair to her. Never has a more caring person been shouldered with a more insurmountable problem. Alright guys, I'm going to pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, leave a super thanks if you can, or a tip, as it's known as. It always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!